Morning, happy Tuesday, happy book review day. Today is The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity, David Graeber, David Wengrow. Um, One of my very favorite books I've read in a while, and so much so that I actually listened to it on audiobook and then read the physical book and actually bought copies and sent them to some people as well because it just was wow, it was kind of mind bending to read it. So one of them is an archaeologist, and one was an anthropologist. Um, I think it's Graeber passed in 2020, just after the book was completed. Um, and basically, this was kind of a pet project of theirs. It was kind of a um, I don't know that they knew that it was going to become this book when they started it, but man, I am glad I did, or that they did. And you look at it, and it's a big book. It could have been twice or three times as long. They've cut it down as short as they possibly can, and they even address the size of the book in the writing. And I'll also add, like, from this bookmark down, those are the sources. So a good finger's width of paper are the endnotes and footnotes and references. It's easily 150 pages or more. So it is well documented, well researched, and 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 in short, totally worth your time. Really interesting book that just kind of makes you rethink a lot of things. In an encapsulated form, it's a challenge to ask better questions and to challenge the norms that we've been given through time and history. And so, what it does is it goes through and it looks at um, early interactions between Europeans and indigenous cultures. It evaluates all of the civilizations around the world that we have access to. And I think Wengrow is the archaeologist, who actually has field research. And a lot of these civilizations have been discounted because they didn't fit the model or our expectations. And our expectations are built on the existing model of civilization. And in some ways, we just don't think of the other possibilities, but there are many of them. And that's one of the things the book does a really good job of, is walking you through, like, what are some other possibilities of civilization? What could it have looked like other than the models we have today? And if we don't just look to Egypt and we don't just look to Greek and Roman culture, um, what else is out there? And they look all around the world, big and small, um, European, indigenous, Japanese, Chinese, Russian, like they pull all of these sources together, and it is super interesting to hear the diversity and how the things that we're basing our understanding of civilization are really the outliers, not the norm. Um, and and then the discussion is like, okay, great, then how did we get here and why? And they walk you through that. Gosh, there's a chapter in there about, like, why cities were built, that really is mind bending. I mean, it's not what you would expect. There's a chapter in there about, like, how kings became a thing and why. The multiple times that slavery has been a thing and then abolished and then back again. Um, but it's really, at the end of the day, it's a book that just asks you to ask better questions and to challenge the things you've been told and see what the other possibilities are. Um, it's really well written and engaging as well. Like, I know sometimes the thinky books are hard, because they're dealing with complicated things. But the two Davids do a really good job with it. Anyway, I would definitely recommend The Dawn of Everything, A New History of Humanity, David Graeber and David Wengrow. Um, I know it's something I'll be coming back to again. So thanks. Have a great day.